So much love to Keisha. Lots and lots of love. Okay. So, spirit art. If you haven't seen me do this yet, this is only the third time I've done it. It's still a new process for me, and I don't even really know what I'm doing yet. But what I do is I've been practicing trance mediumship now for, I don't know, I don't think it's been 6 months yet, maybe 4 or 5 months. And it's kind of like automatic writing, which a lot of people are familiar with. But I suck at automatic writing. But I like to do art. I'm an artist. And I had this calling a few weeks ago that I'm supposed to do something with my art and my spiritual work. So I decided to try this, and it works. It works. I get a spirit to come in to my body, and I'm still trying to find the balance between how much control they have over me and how much I'm interacting still. That's the key, I think, is the balance. I don't do a full trance, which would be me completely separating from my body and the other spirit completely taking over to the point where I don't have any memory of it. I don't do that. I've never done that all the way. I don't know how comfortable I feel doing that. So mine is like a partial trance. And they come through and they make some art, and there's usually some information that comes along with it. And between the artwork, the information they give, and us talking about it together as a group, so far there's been some good messages that come through. So that's what we're getting ready to do, is calling it spirit art, collective message. Okay. I think you won, priestess. Do I believe in star seeds? Yes, I do. Aw. Yeah. Yes. Yusha, I'm absolutely sure he will come visit as soon as the possibility comes along. There's definitely a transition time when they get there. And some people do it quick, and some people it takes a while. But he'll absolutely be coming to visit you. You're excited for spirit art. Awesome. Have I tried connecting with an extraterrestrial, an alien? The only time I've ever gotten an alien being is when we do readings for Serenity of Soul. Serenity of Soul is my alien person. That's the only time I've ever connected with an alien through mediumship. I think I've had a couple other alien interactions, but as far as mediumship goes, it's only Serenity of Soul so far. Okay, so I need to get myself prepared for this. I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to focus. I'm going to ask my gatekeeper to let a soul come through who would like to make a piece of art with us and give us a message. Hopefully they know how to use chalk pastels. And I also had what I'm sure was an epiphany, helped by the other side, earlier this week, a couple days ago. I was out walking the dog, and all of a sudden it was like a bolt of lightning. Bam! So I have a grandfather on the other side who's passed, and he was an artist. And I just had this lightning bolt flash of information that he would like to come through and do an art, a spirit art. And I was like, that would be amazing, you know? That would be amazing if my grandpa came through to do a piece of art with me on here for you guys. Um, but I don't know if that's who will come through today. So, I know that he's up for it and I'm up for it, but we'll see who decides to come through today. And if my mom is still watching, which I know it's getting late for her, this is her father, and this could be triggering for her. I don't know. Hopefully she's okay with it. Hopefully she would be okay with it. I think that she would be. So we'll just see what happens. When did chalk pastels get invented? Bree, you are just inquisitive, an inquisitive little bean, aren't you? I have no idea. Bree, Google it. I might be an artist and an art teacher, but I don't know all the answers to these questions. Google it. All right. We are droplets. Droplets in the vastness. We make a hole. without each droplet. There is no hole. You like to separate between dark and light. That they are two separate things. They are not. What you call your shadow self and your light are the same. Just a droplet. That one got really intense. And they made a mess. Look at all the chalk. And it was a good idea to put paper under it. This paper is gonna go in the trash can. Okay, here is our spirit art for the evening. So before I tell you what I experienced, what did you guys feel like? Did it feel male, female? Did it feel like what kind of spirit do you think this was? And then what are your interpretations of the message? What are they talking about? What was he talking about? What was the spirit talking about? Oh, my hands. I can't even touch my mouse. Holy moly. Okay. Hey, Sylvie. Sylvie, did you change your name? You must have. You changed your name up a little bit. Let's see. Okay. It looked like an octopus. I know, I was thinking it probably feels like you guys are playing Pictionary. Like you need to guess what it is. It's an octopus. Is it water? It's a snake. It's a serpent. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to go back and look and see what all this stuff is you guys wrote. Okay. Oh, you're fine, Brie. You can ask all the questions you want. 16th century. There you go. Little Wing Googled when chalk pastels were invented. The 1500s. Now we know. Google ruined conversations. Yeah, because we can just look it up. Or the librarian. 16th century holly macaroni. Oh, holy macaroni. Oh, goodness. Could have discussed it and wondered and debated it instead of just having the answer. Touche. They want to draw an alien just to be funny. Looks like a portal. An alien portal. I'm glad that you're not hiding in your cave, Keisha, and that you've come and joined us. You don't need to be by yourself at this time. There's no bringing us down. We're just going to bring you up. That was an octopus. A stream. By a lagoon. A water flower or something with the ocean. The sun shining on it. Sunset. Droplets. Is this Kenny Grandpa? Or is it my grandpa? I don't think it was my grandpa. Droplets. Yep. Droplets in the vastness. Droplets in the ocean. Waves into droplets. Or are you tripping? Yes. We're happy to bring you up, Keisha. Absolutely. Correct. Oh, there's somebody put the octopus in there. Breathe the octopus in it. Oh, goodness. Okay, ocean, octopus, waves, moving ashore on the beach. Felt like a man with a gentler side, maybe more feminine. And yes, you changed your name. Was a portal. Felt male, but he was a jokester. And there's maybe good and bad days. I felt male, but I don't know why. Okay, so I feel like you're all correct. I feel like it was a male. Which is weird because when we've done this so far, we've never had a female come through. I don't know what that's about. I don't think that it was my grandpa. Didn't feel like I would. I think I would recognize him. I was trying to feel into whether he was somebody that had come through already. I would have to say he seemed similar to me in some ways to the guy that drew the ocean picture, which is the imagery is also similar. He had the blue ocean at the bottom, the yellow sun at the top, like sunlight at the top. And it was definitely an imagery of water, which I feel like this is also the droplets thing with water. So this could be the same guy. The last time he came through, he felt kind of like he had this Buddhist-y kind of vibe to him. I would say that seemed also similar. I but his, I don't know what the right word is. His demeanor was a little bit different this time. So if he was the same person, he was feeling a little bit different. Like his emotions were feeling a little bit different tonight than they did before. But he was also bringing forth a different message. It was something similar, but different. The droplets and the vastness thing, I think, was referring to all of us being individuals. It's kind of the same message we also got last week with the three little spirit people shapes. We're all individuals, but at the same time, we're part of this greater energy source, whatever. It also was making me think of, I can't remember who I've heard explain it this way, but it's like our soul, like dropping down out of, let's just call it the heavens, dropping down out of the heavens, out of the spirit world, to come into this human life, to have these experiences, to grow our individualness, to learn things, to, whatever we come here for is lots of different reasons. And then when we depart, we just go right back up and join the source again. And we still retain our little bit of ourself, but we're part of this whole. That's what it felt like. He also said good and bad and dark and light. Yes, that was a different part of the message. Okay, so before we move on to the dark and light part, the thing we were just talking about the droplets and being, coming down and going up or whatever. So mediums do this thing called sitting in the power. And it had been explained to me many different ways, and sometimes not explained very well. And then I took this little like 3-hour workshop with Paul Jacobs, who is a very famous old school medium. He learned at the basically the Hogwarts for mediums in England. What's it called? I can't think of the name of it right now, but the spiritualists. So he learned with the spiritualists. They have very strict ways of doing stuff. But he taught us how to go sit in the power. And the way he taught it was how it actually feels right to me. So sitting in the power is a meditation where you literally go sit in source. So like you imagine yourself, your soul going up out of the top of your head, and you go sit in source. So kind of like what this guy was talking about. Like you take your little droplet back up and you go sit in the vastness of the whole. And I felt that very strongly that day when I did the workshop. And what it felt like to me that day, now I've done it a few times since then, but that day specifically, I felt like I was inside the ocean, like in some like ocean grasses, some seaweed, and it just felt like this very gentle movement, like it would be in the deep ocean. There's no crazy waves crashing. It's not like this tumultuous ocean with a stormy ocean. It's like when the ocean is gentle, and it just felt like I was swaying back and forth as part of this whole this whole thing, and it very much reminded me of the ocean. And that's what keeps coming up. Like this is the second time the ocean imagery or water imagery has come up with these spirit messages. Okay. So the other part of the message was the dark and the light. And I thought it was very interesting because what it felt like he was trying to get to was that um he was basically it felt like he was trying to tell us that we kind of have it right but we don't. Especially in the spiritual world, we've separated things into like shadow work and light work, and really they're not these separate things, they're part of the whole. Like, you can't have one without the other. You can't have a shadow without light. So that, like, we need to start thinking about it as this whole entity instead of these two separate things that need to be dealt with in separate ways. Does that make sense? Yeah, we were just talking about that, priestess, in your stream, right? About how the ocean is so cleansing and healing because it's like being close to the source. I think you're absolutely right. I feel that way every single time I go to the ocean, even way before I ever got into spirituality. I always feel like when I go to the ocean that I'm seeing where life came from. Like, I know that that's where life on Earth came from. And I feel like I could just go walk right back into it and just be, you know, be part of it again. Like, it's, yeah. I think a lot of spiritual people really feel some sort of magic with water, you know, whatever kind of water, whatever body of water. So that was a lot of information. You feel bad for the people who are afraid of the ocean. Yeah. Um, I would be curious to know, Priestess of Wonderland, if the same people that are afraid of the ocean are afraid of spirituality or religion or, you know, like getting close to God or whatever.